I Got the Hell Out does contain explicit content that might not be suitable for some listeners, such as children, those that easily get offended, and we do recommend that listeners at work put your earbuds in if you have coworkers around.
And if you like the show, please spread the word by telling as many people as you can. Would also appreciate if you would subscribe, rate, hopefully with 5 stars, and review the podcast on iTunes. You can find us there as well as on Stitcher and Overcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Was In A Cult, on Facebook at I Got The Hell Out, and on Instagram at I Got The Hell Out with an underscore after each word. You can contact us through our website at IGotTheHellOut.com. Hey guys, it's Laura.
And it's Deb, and it's another episode of I Got the Hell Out. And I'm really surprised to be here today because we were supposed to get Snowmageddon.
I know. Did you know that the governor of Pennsylvania declared a state of emergency?
Yeah, and all the roads were shut down, and commercial vehicles and buses and Amtrak and all that was all shut down yesterday.
Like completely ice.
Well, no, because it was raining. I mean,
well, it's raining, but I mean, it turned into ice. Like the T is closed now because it's a ton of ice.
Yeah, the roads are good though. I didn't know if I'd be snowed in or not, but Here we are. Yay! Excuse me. I figured you'd be throwing like a 30-second blurb in there. You know, sorry guys.
You know what? I was getting ready to.
Really?
I was planning. I'm like, you know what? I might have to throw a little blurb saying that, you know what? Roads are too bad. Can't do an episode.
I feel really bad for the people who are like more north.
Like Erie.
Yeah, even Butler. Butler's like slammed.
Yeah, we just missed it.
It rained all day. Can you imagine if all that rain would have been snow?
No, we just missed it. I am so glad.
Yay! Because I wouldn't be sitting here now.
Hell no.
Anyway, we have a Kool-Aid recipe today.
Okay.
Our Kool-Aid recipe comes from one of our Facebook listeners, Sarah L. And it is called the Tidal Wave.
Ooh.
Which I thought was kind of fitting, seeing that we're snowed in, you know, think warm thoughts, you know, nice big tidal wave to wash all the snow away. But you take 1 package of blue raspberry Kool-Aid.
Yum.
Which is yummy in itself. Here's where it gets good. A can of frozen lemonade.
Ooh.
Okay. And it doesn't say to mix it. Just use the slushy stuff.
Okay.
Okay. A 2-liter bottle of Sprite.
Okay.
And a bottle of rum.
Oh, nice.
We're going to have to do that one this summer.
That sounds really good.
Yes.
Although anything with rum.
I just love rum. Rum is so good. Anyway.
Thank you. Who was that?
Sarah L.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah's been with us, I think, since the beginning from somewhere. I'm not sure where. There's so many people that I've met and talked to. It just is amazing to me.
It's hard to keep track of where and...
Well, I try and keep track of the foreign countries in the back of my book because, you know, someday I'm going to visit all these places.
I thought you were saying the back of your mind. I was like, yeah, good luck with that.
That's a scary place to be, the back of my mind. I said something to my mom the one day about, you know, taking a walk in my shoes. And then I says, no, I changed it. And I says, well, why don't you just try being in my head for 5 minutes? And she goes, Deb, I couldn't be in your head for 5 seconds. So, yeah. Anyway, I have something interesting to read here.
Oh, no.
This comes from Carrie L.
Uh-huh.
Okay. She says, hey, ladies, I have to get you a giggle out of the way. Here, I messed up. Anyway, she was working on this assignment. Okay, for college. One of the papers I had to write this week was about the rights of religious groups and what we think should be considered, in quotes, religious group or radicals, terrorists. And guess what?
What?
She used Little Man's teachings to argue her side. Hey, Little Man, somebody's using you to argue. Do you feel proud?
Someone did a paper on you.
Okay, now, Carrie goes on to say, I was super creeped out because I had to listen to their podcast for examples and notes.
Ooh, I just got the chills.
She says, I literally had chills the entire time listening to him.
Me too, girlfriend. Ooh.
Oh, Laura, his voice is like nails on a blackboard to all of us. I mean, like, it just, some of us can't even, that little cartoon, there was a bunch of ex-members who couldn't even listen to it because of the voice. Okay, continuing with Carrie's letter. But anyway, the funny part was that my professor just emailed me her grading notes, and the very last thing was this. This is from her teacher, okay?
Right, okay.
In conclusion, Carrie, I feel that you exceeded my expectations by providing adequate proof that this group should be reclassified as a radical group, not religious. Your points were concise, well organized, and you never faltered in letting your audience know exactly which side of the argument you stood on. On a side note, if everything that little Dick is accused of is true, I hope someday he gets hung up by his toes and left there until he rots.
That's from the teacher?
Yeah. So she goes
Whoa.
So she goes back now. She's finishing with the letter to me, okay? She says, "So my English professor feels the same way all of you do, and she hasn't even listened to y'all. I told her to check out your podcast."
Yay.
She says, "I got an A+ and I earned bonus points. So little Dick finally did something good for someone." And girl, I would post this on Facebook, but your PS, I can't. I thank you for telling me in the PS what you told me, but yeah. Anyway, isn't that crazy,
That's
Laura?
so funny. I love how the teacher said they need to be reclassified as a cult.
It's a terrorist group.
Oh my God.
Isn't that? I mean,
But it's just a religion.
Oh,
it's
yes.
just, come on.
oh no, it's not a religion. It's a way of life.
It's a way of life.
That's their motto. You know that, okay? Okay, now I love when the guys contact me because there's not a lot of guys that listen to us for some reason. He is in Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I think his name is Editine. Is that how you would pronounce that? Editine?
Etienne, if it's French.
I don't know. I'm
if
so
it's French,
sorry.
Etienne.
Anyway, he says, "Hello, Debraya and Laura. Firstly, thank you so much for the best podcast ever. Don't remember how I got to hear about it. Probably from some other lesser show. But in December, just before my holiday." Am I allowed to use the H word?
All that you want, my friend.
Well, actually, when we were in the call, we didn't say holidays. They were hollow days. HOLLOW.
That's so dumb.
Well, because it was preached to us that the world follows these hollow,
Oh, God.
customs and things, and they're hollow, and you're trying to fill it. Anyway, he says, "I downloaded all of your available episodes to my phone to listen on the road," which is exactly what I did. "Started my road trip all on my own with episode 1, and after about 20 hours on the road, you were still going strong. You made me laugh, you made me wipe a tear, but thanks for accompanying me on my journey.
Aw.
I've now caught up and I am counting the days to Sunday for my next hour-long joy. Please keep it up. You girls are the greatest. Thanks for opening your lives to your listeners. From a hot and sunny Cape Town, South Africa. Take care and remember to stay the hell out."
Oh, that was so sweet.
I know that melted my heart. So anybody who'd like to talk to him, he's in Cape Town. I added him to the back of my book. So
Oh, that was so sweet.
maybe he'll phonetically send me his name. I don't know. Couple of people suggested that them robocalls that we were getting, that we have a spy in the group, but I don't really think so because I vet everybody. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think that many people got all that many. Anyway.
I mean, I could have. I just don't answer the phone if I don't recognize the number.
Okay. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, do you answer the phone if you don't recognize the number?
I have to because I work for myself.
that's right.
So
Crap.
never
That's
know when
right.
I'm that, and I got a new phone, so all my contacts are half of them are gone.
Never mind.
Somebody texted me the other day and wanted me to come to work for them, and I'm like, who is this?
That's so funny.
Well, I hadn't worked for her in over a year. And no, I didn't go to work for her because she wanted to pay me the same amount that she used to pay me for biweekly. But I haven't been there in a year. I could just imagine the tragedy. No.
No way.
No. Anyway, and I tried to find Dr. Bronner's, but I couldn't.
Really?
Did you get any?
Why would I buy any?
Because you said you were going to, so you could read the bottle.
No, we were going to read the bottle because you need it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I couldn't find any.
Amazon.
I ain't buying laundry soap from Amazon. Why? Okay, buy me laundry soap from Amazon.
Why would you not do that?
Because I don't do that.
Oh,
That's your
okay.
thing.
Okay.
Buy me a bottle.
I'm trying to think. I think Walmart has it. I've seen
I
it.
scoured Walmart for half an hour, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So,
Like
yeah.
Giant Eagle Market District.
Haven't been there yet.
They might have it. I don't know. I
Anyway,
will look for it.
You're going to look for it.
I will look for it, and if I find it, I will buy it.
All right. I can tell you that a few ex-members have gotten with me, and they said they still have their character education program books.
Oh, do they?
They do. Isn't that crazy? You know what I mean?
I thought they would burn. Didn't you say they would burn them, or I guess maybe they were too important that they decided to keep them for future reference.
Well, my one friend, she says that she thought she got sick at the thought of tossing them. She has the original K through the high school and some of the original versions before they changed them. She's going to look to see if there's anything interesting. But yeah, it was a money aspect because she had spent so much money on them. I mean, we went over the price list last week of all of these books, and it just... but she goes on to say the kids' versions ended up being bright colored workbooks, and the rest ended up updating the covers to look more like a web page. And the teachers' editions ended up being spiral bound to look more worldly. Instead of the books that we're looking at now, Laura, they were spiral bound so that they would look more at ease in a classroom.
Oh, how tricky.
Well, yeah, they got to fit in. You got to make the face fit, remember?
Gotcha.
She's not sure if the content was changed, though, but it got to where she couldn't afford them anymore. Isn't that crappy?
You know, I just find it so, knowing Little Man, I don't, but if it's something that's that important, shouldn't the group, whether it's a church or it's a whatever, just give them to you if it's that important? You know what I'm saying? If it's that important.
You looked at my bookmarker that had a 10-cent sticker on it.
I know.
Come on.
I know. But I'm just saying, if it's something that is that important to your life or to your well-being, you would think that the right thing to do would be just to give this to people.
Well, you would also think that when somebody goes up on the stage and whispers in Little Man's ear that somebody needs his anointed hand for healing because they may die, you would think that Little Man, in all of his compassion and godliness, would say, I'm really sorry, but someone needs
My
healing.
magical superpower hands.
I shall be back. Here is so-and-so to keep you entertained. Someone needs me. I must go. That is what a compassionate leader would do. Wouldn't you think?
You would think.
But, you know, the last time I remember that happening, somebody died. And Little Man's sermons usually were about an hour or so. And I think he went close to almost 2, a little over 2.
Well, do you think Little Man really would have been able to do anything with his little, magical hands?
Who knows? I don't think so. But maybe that would have proved that, And see, it wasn't even that the elders laid hands on you or Little Man. It was something that they were supposed to do before you went to a worldly doctor or hospital to save yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. And then in the end, they refused to touch women. Okay.
Oh, because evil women, ew.
Well, they might become unclean. Okay. So they give you these little, 1/4-inch by 1/4-inch little linen squares.
Oh, those are the things. You have one downstairs.
I have one downstairs.
And so that touched the person.
And it has a holy anointed oil on it that the priests,
I'm sure it does.
That the priests have prayed over. So you're supposed to go home and you're supposed to do your ablution. Remember we talked about that?
Yep.
With your holy garments. And then after you get out and you get dried off, you're supposed to assume your praying position. And you're supposed to stick this thing to your forehead. Okay.
Now you're supposed to do all of this when you're not feeling well and you need healed.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay.
And that little piece of linen with
On
the
your
holy
forehead.
anointing oil is going to make you better.
Sort of like a little star being stuck on your forehead in kindergarten.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be the same exact thing as the elders laying hands on you. Yep.
Who came up with that horse shit?
Who do you think? Probably Little Man.
Oh, my God.
One of his minions? Who the hell knows? I don't know. But my mom did chime in and she says, don't forget I had a box of your stuff in my house and I had it marked propaganda. Remember that was one of the boxes I brought you?
Yep.
The propaganda box.
Just like the T-shirt you're going to get.
I,
Propaganda.
and I did not get back with her, and I felt so bad for not getting back, Anyway,
Hey, the days go by fast.
they go by faster than you would ever even know. Well, actually, the days are long, but the years go by fast. And do you know what today is?
Other than Sunday, I do not.
What's today's date?
20th?
That would be correct. Do you know what happened 20 years ago today?
Dear Lord, no. Aw, your son's birthday.
It is my youngest son's birthday. Happy birthday, son. This is the very first picture of him that was snapped.
Oh, how cute.
He's a lot bigger than that now.
I would hope so. Or he'd be a little midget.
But a very happy birthday to you, son, if you somehow hear this, and I miss you, and I love you. Yeah. I have to post that.
Happy birthday.
Yep, and this is one of my favorite pictures of, that was like maybe the next day. We were at the zoo.
Oh, there's little Elmo there.
Elmo's with Jesse, yeah. And look, I think he has a pack of peanuts in his hand.
He has a pack of something in his hand.
Yep.
Like all little kids carry food around. You know what I mean? Like some kind of snack that you have to have every 5 minutes.
They do. Maybe it was fruit snacks and Elmo. Gotta have your
Elmo.
fruit snacks and Elmo.
Oh, cute.
Anyway, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the Global Peace Conference. Not the first or the second, but the third.
Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you they had many, many peace conferences.
Okay. And the whole gist of it was...
The whole gist of it was Lil Man was flying to the United Nations. Literally. They have pictures of him. I don't know if they're photoshopped or if like...
Wait, please don't tell me the United Nations has a picture of him in there.
I don't know, but in the sanctuary, they have pictures of him like he's sitting in... You know how like Congress sits in...
Yeah.
Well, the United Nations has that kind of same seating
He
thing.
probably went for a tour where you're allowed to get your picture taken.
I said that.
You
And
know
he
what I
probably
mean?
had his own little name plaque in his pocket and
And he
pulled
whipped it out,
Yeah.
put it down. Exactly. Because there's no way in hell he went to an actual conference and was invited.
He went many times. He is a respected member of the UN.
My ass. My ass, he is.
Well, that's what he claims.
Oh, he can claim a lot of shit. Doesn't mean that. I mean, it was. I guarantee you, it was a tour where you paid a couple bucks. You got to go sit down wherever. Someone took your picture, and like you said, he whipped out a plaque with his name on it.
I said that to people back in Cultyville in those days, and everybody was appalled. And Pastor wouldn't do that. He's trying to change the world. Look, he's at the United Nations speaking. And by the way, the United Nations apparently loves his character education program because that's what he's pumping with this.
Right. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, he could do the same damn thing at the White House. Go on a tour, and say,
I'm surprised he did it.
I'm surprised he hasn't too, to be honest with you.
In all honesty.
Yeah.
Barack Obama's half-brother did visit out at the cult one time. I have pictures of that too.
Oh, that's weird.
I thought it was weird too, but we're not going to get into that. But yes, they do dabble here and there. Now, why was his half-brother there? He was invited, by the way. They invite everybody. You know what's funny?
You know why? He was probably invited because he was Barack's brother, and they're thinking half-brother, but they're thinking, oh, chance at money.
Do you want to hear something really funny, Laura? Okay, you know how like celebrities are in Scientology and all this and that
Right.
and the other thing, right? Well, somebody got it in their head one time that we needed to get a committee together to start writing letters, and like everybody wanted to write to Justin Bieber at the time.
Oh my God. For what?
Because if we could get a celebrity endorsement, imagine how much money we could bring in.
Oh my God. It's like Scientology has Tom Cruise, John Travolta.
Yeah.
You guys get Justin Bieber.
He wanted Justin Bieber, and he actually.
God.
I wish I had the freaking letter, but it went something to the and it was like there was people that wrote these things to these celebrities, and like Lil Man would just sign it. But like he was telling Justin Bieber to turn his heart to God, and he has the ability to not, be throwing sin and lust and all of these bad things out there, but he could use his music and his talent to bring people to God.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how many letters were sent to Justin Bieber, but I
So
thought that was
funny.
hysterical.
Of all people to pick.
Well, there was you could just put a name down, whatever celebrity you would like to write to, or maybe have them write to.
God.
We never did get a celebrity endorsement. Go
really
figure.
now. Can't figure why.
But do you want to hear something scary? When you read through the actual the solution that's peaceful, their website, they have testimonials.
From?
Well, they got a lot of testimonials on there, and I had to giggle when I was going through the testimonials because most of the testimonials are cult members that are using their worldly names.
Okay.
So instead of Shabanya, it's Tracy Crack, and it's like she's a real person, not a cult member. Okay.
Right.
Now, after you scroll down all of these ex-cult members that are giving these testimonials of how wonderful this program is and it's changed their lives and whatnot, that's where you get into, apparently they've talked law enforcement into liking this program and some judges. Because it's signed like a district attorney on one of them. Another one was a policeman who said that he's implicated this program in his, I guess, routine, beat, whatever, and he sees a difference in his community. And
Oh, brother.
yeah, so I'm wondering, are they making these people up at this point?
You think?
I mean, who better, I mean, if you come up with the right people to say, hey, this works.
Well, you can make any shit up that you want and print it.
Well, they do.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and these people are going to believe it. Oh, wow, they got a police officer.
Yeah, and he's making his
Whoa.
community a better place.
Wow.
By this brainwashing program.
I'm sure he is.
Do you think he has all of the books and stops each child and informs them and teaches them when he sees them?
Because he has all that spare time.
Right.
Right?
Or do you think, on Mondays he teaches, kindergarten through 3rd, and Tuesday 4th through 6th, and Wednesday, maybe at the community center?
When he's done with his job, that's what he does on his spare time.
Well, maybe his department is liking this program, and I don't know. You tell me.
I'm not going to tell you.
Why not?
Because it's a bunch of bullshit.
You think so?
I think so.
Anyway, these peace conferences.
Yes.
They, to this day, have pictures of Little Man. He's like this. Do you see how I'm sitting with my hands up and his mouth's open? Like he's speaking. And he's speaking passionately to the nations that we can have peace. Now, what's the date on this?
This is 2001.
And that's the 3rd annual Global Peace Conference, okay? And he would a lot of times claim to be in different countries speaking to leaders. And we also had pictures of him shaking hands with very many noble looking people.
Yeah, you can dress someone up and make them look noble.
You can go to Times Square and have a hug with any character you want. Marilyn Monroe's there every day.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah,
You got a bunch of lookalikes.
Yep, bunch of lookalikes. But so many pictures of him with supposedly so many world leaders. And I mean, there was a couple of them that I'm like hitting my friend and I'm going, don't you see the Photoshop? And I mean, this is when Photoshop was big back in, end of 90s, beginning of 2000. And I'm like, that's not his hand shaking hands with the queen,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, he was over in England with the Queen. Sure he was.
I'm just using that as an example. But yeah, some of these you could just
You
look
know
at
what
them.
though? I wouldn't be surprised if he has a picture somewhere of that.
He's got minions that do everything. And
Oh my God.
like everybody had jobs there, Laura. Somebody, like if Sammy was there and she's musically inclined, her job all day long would be to write music inspired to God and, to sell tapes and music. And before they got rid of the choir, that would have been her job, teaching the children to sing beautiful songs. And yeah, so everybody had a talent. We had the guys who would do all of the taping and all of the videoing, and then we had the production crew that would, I think they got Blu-rays now. They're up to having Blu-rays. Woo! But back to the conference, he always claimed to be other places. Mm-hmm. And remember I told you that I wanted to beat his face in with that shopping thing the one time?
Yeah, because he was supposed to be somewhere, but he was at the grocery store.
Yeah, perusing the shrimp aisle. And he literally was supposed to be at a peace conference that weekend. That's why he... Because, see, back when I first got divorced, you're still talking to your ex and you got kids. And he was basically trying to make it out that I was missing out because the peace conferences are going on and I'm not a part of it. And old Buff Bill there, he's out making a difference in the world. And
shopping for shrimp.
Little man, you're so lucky. I would have just sliced that skin right off your damn face. What?
Nothing. You ready to hear what he has to say?
Who, old Buffy Bill?
Yes.
Okay.
This is like the beginning of the third conference.
Okay.
My dear friends, as most of you know, the third Global Peace Conference was hosted by the cult on the cult campgrounds.
I remember that happening. I remember this happening, yes.
Any good stories about it?
It was just crazy because, again, they had like the elders conference room set up as it was, and the way the pictures were shot, it made everything seem so much bigger.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like the angle. Did you take the picture?
Correct. And they were running around like basically stereotyping everybody so that they could have all these different nations.
So people really didn't come in from other nations.
Oh gosh, no. Everybody that is pictured in that book lived in that town and was a cult member.
Even though they're promoting it as, so and so came in from
China,
right?
Singapore
to attend this
Trinidad Tobago.
Right.
Yeah, yes.
That's good to know.
Yeah, this entire thing is like faked, and I just find it funny because I know everybody on that cover.
But they're from different countries. Come on.
They flew in on their dime,
Oh my God. Okay. So he goes on to say, the first global conference was held in New York at the United Nations building.
Didn't I just say that?
You said that. The second one was held in Canada.
Where at in Canada?
Ottawa.
Oh, hey Canada, do you remember us being there for a solution that's peaceful?
Any kind of peaceful thing. And the third one was held at the cult.
Yes.
Okay. As one teacher from Australia stated, it's a smashing success.
Wait a minute, does his last name start with a J?
It doesn't say in here.
Oh.
It was a smashing success because we were able to explain the solution that's peaceful more thoroughly to the leaders of the nations actually seeking the way to peace.
Mm-hmm.
So you had all these different world leaders there, from what this says.
Well, apparently,
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though they're really just from the cult.
They are all from the cult.
Okay. There was one part here that just cracked me the hell up. That, because, first of all, did they all have different interpreters, is what I'd like to know.
Oh, you know what? I interpreted for my deaf friend. I remember that. I was an interpreter.
Well, if they're coming around from all these different countries...
Oh, no, everybody spoke English.
Oh, of course they did.
Perfect English.
Of course they did. Okay.
That's kind of like when ghost hunters go to like a medieval castle, that was built in the 1400s in Germany, and the ghost is talking to them in English. That just cracks me up.
Because of course, right?
Right.
Okay. So now we're going here. This is session 1. I guess day 1, session 1.
Oh, this thing went on for days.
Well, this booklet goes on for days. I mean, I literally gave up. I'm like, I cannot read another bit of this. Like,
how do you read this propaganda and sleep at night?
I read like the beginning of it, the end of it, and then I started to read the middle of it, and I'm like, I just can't do this.
Does it make you want to join?
It makes me want to gouge my eyeballs out because I'm tired of reading it. Oh my God. So his opening remarks to the people from all the different nations, right?
Yep.
I'm Little Man. Greetings. Hola. Bonjour.
Okay.
I knew you'd like that.
You have to remember, I have never read this shit, Laura.
So he's greeting people in different languages. Okay, so we're not going to mention names, but it says, to my right is Dr. J. He has been working with me closely ever since we met in New York, where we attended the Millennium Forum.
Yes.
Do you know about the Millennium Forum?
That was the first conference that he supposedly went to.
When he got his picture taken.
At the United Nations, when he was speaking passionately about his solution that's peaceful.
Okay, so then apparently Dr. J invited him to Ottawa, Canada to speak at the second conference.
Yes, because he was so impressed by Little Man and his program. He wanted to bring it to his country.
Wow. Okay.
Isn't that amazing?
And he says that during the time we were in Ottawa, we were having the same problem that we're having here. Not all of the people made it who were supposed to come.
Exactly, because, you know...
Do you know why?
Well, it can't be Satan kept them away.
They're being held up in their countries.
They're being detained. They're in fascist countries. I remember that. That's why certain countries weren't represented, because they couldn't get visas to get out.
Or it could be that you didn't have anybody of that nationality in the cult.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
He would also like to welcome the mayor of Ibilin, Israel. Ibilin.
Yeah.
The mayor was there.
Apparently so. I personally didn't get to see him.
And his wife. I met this gentleman in Israel. We were working closely together because we intended to eventually open a school in Ibilin, Israel, and start teaching the solution that's peaceful in the Middle East.
Yes.
Good luck with that, my friend.
Do you think he started his school?
I highly doubt it, but I'm sure it would go over very well in the Middle East.
You know, maybe we should contact the mayor. Well, I'm sure it's probably a different mayor. It's like, 26 years later.
I probably should.
Okay.
Oh, God. And they wanted to get it to all the schools, not just the one they were opening, but to all the schools.
Right. Remember I told you they were doing the videoing of going to these classrooms and...
Right.
Yes.
We want all schools and governments to hear this. The world leaders who we have presented this to have agreed that education is the only answer.
Yes. We're going to educate the world and we're all going to sing Kumbaya and live in peace. Okay. You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
These peace conferences have gone on since 2000, Laura, and you have not heard of this yet?
No, but according to him, they are on the internet and also TV stations. Did you know that?
They probably have their own Roku station.
It says, we're going to put what you say here on the internet. Also, we're on between 400 and 500 TV stations. I've lost count at about 300, but I was told we topped 400, so we're closer to 500 TV stations in the world. So I guess anybody that's making a comment, it says, what you say here will be recorded. Then we'll mix it into our show that we have, and you will be seen and heard. We will make you famous.
No way! He sounds like he's pimping these people.
He's pimping these people. We'll give you your 15 minutes of fame.
We gonna make you famous, baby.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
What else does he say?
Then he says, we are going to change the world. It started with these groups you see forming everywhere right now. But we must have met with probably a couple hundred of these groups in New York City, and every one of them said the same thing. Yes, we need this. We need our educational system changed. We need to add this to our education.
Every person he came across.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's such a good program, Laura.
Oh, it's going to bring peace, especially to the Middle East.
Right.
Because he's going to solve the Middle East problem.
Do you think
that
he
has
needs
been
to go
going on
see
since
like
the beginning
leader of
time?
ISIS and all that?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the wars have been going on since the beginning of time, and he will solve it.
Well, of course, he's Little Man and he travels through time. He has to know how it ends.
Oh my God. So they're talking about we need peace and blah, blah, blah. This is a good one right here. As scientists and psychiatrists have told us, right now in America and throughout the whole world, every child who enters kindergarten is a potential killer.
Okay.
What the hell?
Every kindergartner's a potential killer.
Like, what do they do? Kill you with their little lunchbox?
Well, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Every kindergartner's a
It's a
potential
potential
killer.
Got that right. Yep.
And this is in a peace conference book.
They're telling you every kindergarten's a potentital killer. Yeah.
In a peace conference
Absolutely.
book. Okay.
No irony there.
How does that work?
I don't know. But this whole thing about peace, I like this one too. This is going to spread. It doesn't cost you anything.
Oh, yes, it does.
My ass. We don't want your money.
What?
We're not asking for your money. We're asking for you to be a part of the greatest work that is ever going to take place in the next 1,000 years, and it can start with us.
It starts with you.
Bullshit. You don't want the money.
Well,
Bullshit.
of course he wants the money. He always wants the money.
I saw that, and I'm like, that is the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever read.
Well, like I told you, you know, the very first service we were there, you know, my ex-mother-in-law's elbowing me going, did you notice they don't pass a plate? We're different. We're very different than any religious organization.
Yeah, but you need to tithe 500 times a year.
But they don't pass a plate. And remember that what tithe is it? It's the free will offering. Mm-hmm. You have to give it.
Oh, you have to.
You have to give the free will offering, which is an oxymoron in itself.
You have to give the free will.
Yes.
Perfect. So now they're going back to, they're really big on you shall not steal. So we talked about that last week with the kids.
Everything is stealing.
Everything is stealing, okay? Then he goes on to say, it's like a gangrene and it contaminates everybody else. Gangrene's not contagious.
Well, here we go with Mr. Scientific, you know. Somebody must have pointed that out to him because he started using a different euphemism of it takes one bad rotten apple to make the ones around it go bad.
After he realized that made no absolute sense.
Well, I think a lot of people tried to tell him shit and he just didn't care. I mean, Laura, you listen to some of the stuff. I mean, you would think he would have people writing his stuff.
Don't get me started on that.
You should really listen to some of the sermons and how the shit just falls out of his mouth.
I can't. No.
The X-rated sermon, you have to listen to.
I will listen to that. I will listen to an X-rated sermon.
Okay.
Because that would be hysterical. Oh yeah, that I will listen to. All right. So, closing remarks. I thank Dr. J for inviting me to Ottawa, and I thank all of you for welcoming him here. There was a UN journalist who came and he wanted to know what our plans are.
Somebody was
Bullshit.
They had people walking around with press badges on.
Again, you can make that shit up. I could print one out right now on my computer.
I know. But it was funny because I knew most of the people walking around with the press badges on. You know, and he's supposed to be a writer for this, and someone from the UK is over and they're observing and And it was funny because this was back before, you know, cell phone cameras and stuff. And there's all of these people, like they're photographers, they're with the reporters, and there's flashes all over the place, and people are doing the poses, shaking hands and smiling, and they're ushering in peace, Laura.
Oh my God, with these real legitimate reporters.
I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Okay.
They have their own news station on YouTube, and it is freaking hysterical, Laura. They have this like little news setup like it's a newsroom, right? And there's usually just two anchor people sitting there. But
I'm sorry, I laugh at that, anchor people.
But it reminds me of like when you go to the Children's Museum and they have the little thing set up where you can be the news anchor man.
Or you can be like the weather person, they have the green screen.
Yes. This is what it reminds me of. And maybe I'll find it for you when we get done. But they had a news flash about this peace conference. And it was breaking news, groundbreaking, earth-shattering news. And and the two anchor people, which is a real loose term.
Exactly.
I knew them too, you know. But the little box up in the corner, you know, they keep cutting to different people. You know, this is Dr. So-and-so, and this is so-and-so.
Because apparently we also give out doctor titles left and right.
Well, apparently, because, we had a lot of doctors there.
I bet you did. Oh, God. So he goes back to here. Now we're talking about the presidents.
Okay.
Because I'm sure he's met all of them, too.
I don't know.
I'm quite sure he has Photoshop pictures.
Probably.
Our presidents tried to buy peace, but it's nothing that will change the heart or the mind. The very best that they can do at this time is a white and red suited fat man coming down the chimney with a bag on his back, supposedly having toys for all of the children of the world. This and even more foolish customs are being taught by our religions. Dipshit! Dipshit!
Oh my God, he has Santa Claus in a peace conference book.
He has Santa Claus in a peace conference,
He has
but
kindergartners
dipshit,
who are potential murderers.
religion does not teach Santa Claus. Oh my God.
Little man.
What a fucking idiot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he brought Santa Claus into
In
a peace conference.
psychopathic kindergartners.
Kindergartens. Yes. Okay, so we're not done here. The tapes that were recorded, okay? You can take these tapes to fraternity clubs, which I'm quite sure, in between beer pong and
What the
whatnot.
hell is a fraternity club? I thought it was a frat house. Or are they clubs now?
Maybe there's some kind of, I don't know.
Or maybe he just never went to college
Maybe
and he
he-
don't know what it is.
Maybe he just worded it wrong.
Do you know what he was affectionately known as?
Please tell me.
The Okie from Muskogee.
The Okie from Muskogee.
Yep. And you've heard his voice.
Oh, yeah.
He got that twang in there.
Yeah, he certainly is.
We still have to find that dictionary of his own words.
Dear God. Oh, my God. So anyway, you can take these tapes to fraternity clubs and police associations in your town or the fire department, and they will be glad to play them.
Killing me. Oh, you're killing me. Why the hell didn't I read this shit when I was there? I could have had so
beautiful.
much fun.
It's beautiful. Okay, you can take them to certain schools and they'll play them. You can loan these tapes to family, friends, or any organization. And you know what, Debbie? I'm sure you can look in the yellow pages and find many organizations. So you just randomly flip through those yellow pages.
We need to go to the police department and hand them a cassette tape and see what the look on their face is.
'Cause they
and
have nothing better to do.
You need to listen to
They
this.
have nothing better to do.
Do you realize we might end up 302'd in the loony bin? Santa Claus. Santa Claus is in the peace conference book. Oh my God.
Santa Claus, yes. Yes, and religion teaches Santa Claus.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh my God. So that is some of the highlights of what he had to say. But I want you to look through here and some of the people and tell me where they're supposedly from and who they really are. Because they're saying that, this person's from this country.
Well, there's Lil Man in the corner.
Right.
Yeah, and he's looking all serious. Like,
He's looking, at the pose. It's like he's discussing something
he's
serious.
discussing something really heavy there. Yeah, I know her.
Because there's some inside, too, that says, like, it's telling where they're supposedly
Now
from.
look at the big banners that we had made. Do you see that?
Yes.
On the front? Okay. Oh, and this was in February 23rd through the 25th. Oh, and look, here he is gazing off into the distance as he can achieve final peace. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. China warns U.S. over Taiwan arms sales. Putin webcast missile warning.
Because it's all, there's stuff in there about the guns and this and that, and which, I'm sure he also can handle the whole gun debate. I'm sure he can handle that.
Okay, here's a slogan for you. World peace is in your hands. Give it to your children. The solution that's peaceful. Call for more information.
Oh, God.
Our gray-haired fathers said that our children are only doing what we have trained them to do.
Our gray-haired father.
I don't know. That's in a big gray block. You
Oh,
missed
brother.
that. Girly guns and rage.
Oh, what's it say?
Because tormented young boys aren't the only ones who rampage. How did you miss that?
God.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and look, it's by some columnist, so.
Quote columnist.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Wait, go back to where the people are. There's like little pictures of people.
Little pictures.
Right. Like that. Like.
Okay, he's a co-convener. And it says he grew up in Uganda.
Ah.
And again, I didn't deal with a lot of men.
And I'm sure he flew in just for this conference.
Supposing so. He lived there, and he's from the Republic of India.
Oh, he is, but he lived there.
He doesn't look Indian.
He does not look Indian.
No.
I mean, not that there's, anyone can obviously be Indian. But I find it funny that with this booklet, they're doing the whole stereotypical,
Oh, they are.
Oh,
and look, we got Nana from the Republic of Ghana.
no.
And look, here's another little blurb. Throwing stones won't solve the Temple Mount situation. Stop. There's a solution that's peaceful. To obtain your free copy
Free,
to the solution that's peaceful to rebuilding the next temple in Jerusalem.
Oh, brother.
Because, see, that's what we were supposed to be doing.
Well, maybe that's what he and the mayor were
Oh,
talking
look,
about.
pedophile elder is in on it.
Oh, how great.
He's sitting right there. Pedophile elder.
That's great. So he's helping with the peaceful the solution.
I guess he's sitting next to somebody from the Caribbean Basin. And there's a guy named Oramiah from Canada. He's a recent immigrant, which we had a lot of people that would come for a feast and just never leave.
Right.
Because they could come on a visa and then they just get lost on the compound.
Right,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Oh, look here. Pedophile elder is speaker number 2.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. The average child witnesses 8,000 murders and 100,000 acts of violence by the time he or she finishes elementary school.
Well, maybe they were those kindergarten killers.
That's the name of the kindergarten killers. Oh, here we go again.
Where the hell do they get this from?
I don't know, but metal detectors and armed guards are not the answers to the problem of school shootings. There is a solution that's peaceful, Laura. For more information.
Oh my God. Just get your credit card ready.
Yeah, let's see. This guy actually was from South Carolina. Joey was from South Carolina, so I mean they got that one right.
So they got that right. They didn't lie about that one.
Yeah, he's supposed to be from the Caribbean Basin. Also, I guess he traveled with that other man up here.
Okay.
But as a young man, he was obsessed with the idea of a unifying constant, a unifying image that would bring humanity together to avert what seemed like an inevitable consequence of the activities of mankind. That is nuclear annihilation. Look how they made that one sentence run on. I mean, there's no spaces in there, are there?
Oh my God, not a single space.
That is some bad typesetting there. Oh, look, Laura. The world's children are crying out for peace. Are you listening?
There's a picture of a little kid crying.
Oh, look, it's the bitch I love to hate.
Ah.
She got a bow tie on, it looks like.
It does look like that.
She looks like she's dressed like a
What
man.
is she teaching or talking about?
Oh, here we go. This is good. Oh, my fucking God. Yeah. Do you know who she's speaking on behalf of?
Who?
BAD. The acronym BAD.
Okay, which
B-A-D.
stands for?
Bad Mothers. Stands for Broken Homes, Alcoholism, and Drug Abuse.
Oh, well, it does now.
Yeah. She says, we educate mothers who were former addicts to take responsibility for their children. You know, because addicts and alcoholics, they all just neglect all of their children. You know, yeah. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll replace and become substitutes for the role models missing in their lives.
Wait, sex, drugs, rock and roll for little kids?
Well, it says even when children are raised properly, which I'd like to add is very rare in these days and times, they're then thrust into the public school system where they learn every evil imaginable at a very young age.
Oh my God.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. People search for a temporary escape from pain because they have no peace. And they turn to drugs and alcohol, which lead them in a downward spiral. You should read some of this stuff.
I could just picture this conference. I could picture them and all this crap that they're saying.
Old Darlene really was from Michigan. So we got a lot of people,
Okay.
you know. You're sacrificing your children to war. Look at that. That's a 10-year-old with, what is that, a rocket launcher?
Nice.
He must be in the 6th grade. The kindergartners are just psychotic. And, you know, by the time you get to 6th grade, you get the rocket launchers.
And grenades.
Ah, remember my friend Betty, who I said counts the Omar all the time.
Oh, yeah, the calendars, yeah.
She's representing the United Kingdom.
Oh.
Yeah, look at
How about
that. Yep. And she says, I remember as a child being told to never travel alone. It's safer to travel in groups.
What the hell does that have to do with the peaceful solution?
Well, because she's a minority, and if you're traveling with someone, you're less likely to be attacked and beaten up if there's a group of
Okay.
you.
Alrighty.
I'm telling you, she's from China, but she was one of Lil Man's wives.
Ooh. Okay.
But she wasn't from China. She spoke English like me and you.
But she stereotypically looks Chinese, so let's throw her in there and say that's where she came from.
Yeah, and Listra is apparently from Trinidad and Tobago, which she might actually have been. We had a lot of people there that were actually from those areas. Let's see, what else do we have? Micaiah.
Who's that?
It doesn't even say where she's from, but that was another one of Lil Man's wives. She was a front row wife. She was a front row wife.
A front row wife?
Yeah.
He had so many, there was front and back rows?
Well, he had the middle of the sanctuary were for his wives, and it was like 20 across and like
Oh, that's so sick.
3 or 4 rows back, and it was all his wives and children and stuff. Yeah. That's how we knew how many wives he had and who became his wife, because when they moved into the
when
center.
they moved to that. Moving on up.
Oh, and you know what Micaiah has to say? The moral character of society on the whole has become corrupt.
Sort of like marrying 20 women, huh?
I don't know. Oh, look. This is the bitch I love to hate. That's her husband. And yeah, that's where they're from. So he's representing his home state. He talks about children picking on other children. Oh, and guess what? Don't you love how there's statistics?
Oh, crap. Yeah.
Ready for this one?
Okay.
97% of what TV promotes is sex, violence, and danger.
And I love how
97%.
But what I like is usually if you're writing an article or a booklet, you have to say where you got your statistics from. I like how they don't do that.
I don't know.
When you pull them out of your ass, what are you going to do as your notes?
97% of TV.
Uh-huh.
This guy actually was from Louisiana.
Okay.
He's with the Peacekeepers. He's implementing their program in Louisiana.
Nice.
Yeah, talking about the war. Peace needs to start with you. Here's another dude from New York. This is an elder's son. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So many speakers. Oh, look. It's my pedophile ex-father-in-law.
Nice.
He's with the Peace Teachers.
I bet he is.
In New
He's
York.
Speaker number 8.
Yep. This guy's from Jamaica. Yeah, this is... why have I never looked at this? Oh, look, it's the women. It's the women. The Commonwealth of the Dominica. Oh, look, Hope for Children. She's with Hope for Children.
Okay.
But she's still there. This one is still to this day there. And I'm like,
wow.
what? Because a lot of times I will ask ex-members, what happened to so-so? Do you know anything about
Right.
so-and-so? She's actually one of the last family members of a large family that was there. And her mother will never leave. And I don't think she wants to leave her mom. That's what I was
Right.
told. So, yeah. Look, the Nigerian Women for Peace is represented. This is an elder's daughter. Let's see. Filipino Mothers for Peace.
Oh, my God.
Single mothers and fatherless children. She's representing. Okay.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine being at this conference?
I was there.
For the whole thing?
Yeah, we were forced. We had to listen to
You
this.
had to listen to all of this crap.
Yes. We had to, like, we were the audience there cheering it on, okay? We want peace. We want peace. Oh, now, Laura.
What?
If each person in the world practiced these laws in his own life and changed only himself, the whole world would have peace, Laura. You
would
gotta,
they know?
you gotta get this program. See, it finally made it to you. Oh, look. there's the mayor. The mayor was speaker
Oh
number
my God,
4.
that is the mayor of Israel.
Yeah. I don't know if it's actually him or not. Oh, and this is an elder that lived there, and he actually was from Austria.
But probably the last time he was in Austria was when he was like 2.
I don't know, but he's the one that played the accordion. Remember, the one guy was being made to pick up stickers, and he said that elder sat there with his damn accordion playing it the whole time.
Oh my God.
Can you see this man doing that?
I can see him playing the accordion, absolutely. Oh my God, too bad
Okay.
people can't see these faces of these people.
I don't know, but look, he's in here twice. Is speaker number 6 and
Oh
speaker
no, no, they put the page in twice.
Oh, they did.
It was such an important pamphlet that they actually put the page in twice.
Uh-oh. Look, they're mentioning here. They screwed up and they're mentioning religion.
Oh no.
I just caught this. The little squares, bullet points they got through here. There is a source of power that the world should actually take advantage of. The 613 laws of peace. Ooh, that made my skin crawl. Ooh. But they're pushing their 613 without saying God or anything like that. Oh, closing remarks. Oh, look, it's the vice president of the third millennium without wars union. Who the hell came up with that?
I was gonna say, if that doesn't sound made up, then I don't know what does. Hell, I could be the vice president of whatever I make up.
Laura, you're the vice president of the third millennium without wars union from the Republic of Armenia.
Sure. Why not?
I don't know. Oh my God. Okay. I guess that about. Oh, time is slipping through your fingers. You need to take time to read about the solution that's peaceful.
That's okay.
Oh, and their last little bullet says morality transcends all religions, all nations, and all peoples.
Okay.
They're trying to convert everybody. And see, the fact that you have never heard of these conferences. Look, do you see us sitting, this picture right here, do you see us sitting there?
Oh my God.
Because, guys, I'm showing Laura the front of this, and somebody's up on the stage taking a picture, and do you see we're all still wearing our holy garments?
Yes. Oh God.
Do you see how the tables are splayed out?
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody, like you're at a conference.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we all came together for peace, man. You should call this phone number and see if anybody answers it. You think?
That's okay.
Why not?
That's okay.
Well, I think that's all we have on this peace conference. Here's this bag.
Oh my God. And the vice president of whatever that was, and little man being photoshopped into the United Nations.
Like I said, I honestly think that you were right, that he went on a tour or something. You know?
Oh, I would bet anything.
Because you can do that at the White House,
That's
too.
what I'm saying. You can go into the White House and be like, you know, granted, you're not going to get a picture in the Oval Office, right? But you could say, on my way to meet, you know, the president in the Oval Office, and there's a picture of you.
Right there with the Oval Office sign.
Do you know? Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Well, we got an email finally to read. No one ever emails us.
No, we have people emailing saying that they'd be glad to help us. We just don't take them up on their offers because we slack.
We should. You know, we really should.
Okay, read the email.
Oh, okay.
You're like...
This comes from Eva. And her comment is she has an idea for one of our episodes.
Ooh,
okay. She says, please do an episode where you just tell stories and go on long tangents for the whole episode. These are always the most funny and entertaining parts of the podcast. My favorite is the essential oil stories. That made me laugh for a solid 10 minutes. Thank you once again for making my week. P.S. When listening to your latest episode, I came to realize that nobody can possibly claim to be clean. If you simply walk around your house while unclean, you're contaminating the floor, which might in turn contaminate someone else. If you really think about it, just breathing unclean air molecules could make you unclean. It's ridiculoso.
Yeah, it is.
We used to carry them stupid ass menstrual mats around, and all I kept thinking was, and see, if you sneezed, you weren't allowed to sneeze on anybody. That just like contaminates everybody around you.
Oh my God.
And that's why when you carried your menstrual mat, you avoided the people that had them when you didn't have one. What?
Nothing.
You don't have words sometimes.
Sometimes I literally am speechless about this crap.
I did forget to mention Hannah, who is an ex-Mormon. She chimed in because, like I said, I don't know how I kept all this stuff all these years. But when she left Mormonism, she said that she kept all of her temple clothes and such just so that she could show them to her children and future friends and things. Just she said it was some crazy shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah. I still have my holy garments. Why? We don't know. I should put one on you someday.
The hell you will.
Take a picture of you.
The hell you
and
will.
You can get in your little praying position.
That'll happen when hell freezes over.
Come on, it'll be fun.
Oh, it'll be a blast.
It'll be a blast. Well, guys, send us your ideas, questions, anything like that. The hour always just goes too fast.
I know.
I looked over and went, holy shit, we're at an hour already.
I know. Send us any tangents you want Deb to go off on.
Okay.
Like, give her an idea and we'll see what she rolls with it.
You need to go through that book again.
What, the one we just read?
Yeah, and read what the people are writing.
Oh, God, I will try.
Does it give you a headache?
It's just...
Does it make you want to join?
Like I said, it makes me want to gouge my eyeballs out. It literally does.
And you wonder why I never read any of that crap. It was enough to be living it. When we get off, I'll take a picture of just like the front of the cover where it shows, we're sitting there painfully listening to all these people talk about peace. It was painful.
I believe it. I was reading it. I believe it.
It was 3 days, and it was like 8 to 10 hours a day.
Oh my God.
You broke for lunch, you broke for dinner, and then whenever they were done talking that evening. And it was always a different panel. Did you see on each page, there were like 4 people sitting up there?
Right.
They only had 4 people at a time. And they had the men's and they had the women's. That's why you didn't see any women sitting next to any men and vice versa.
Gotcha.
Because they were still separated.
Gotcha.
Yep. Anyway, I guess I'm going to get ready and go to work later.
Alrighty.
Well, guys, as always, it's been fun, and we'll talk at you next week.
Yep, this is Laura.
And it's Deb. Bye, guys.
Bye.